Hello there, I'm Julie.
I'm Nettie.
And in this tutorial we're looking at ball bands. Now every ball of yarn comes with a ball band. That's it round the middle, and it tells you everything you need to know basically.
It's got the yarn amount on it, which you might need if you're substituting a pattern. You might need to look at that, and also information about the dye lots. It's a bit like wallpaper buying. You need to know where to find the dye lot in case you run out and you need to buy some more from the same batch. So we're just going to take a little closer look at a ball band, and you can see the information that's there and what it means.
Fantastic.
Apart from the name of the manufacturer, brand and yarn weight, such as chunky or DK, which stands for double knitting, a ball band contains all sorts of useful information. On this sample ball band, here we have the weight and length of the yarn in the ball, 50 grams, with 115 metres, 126 yards on average per ball. This is called the meterage. If you have to substitute the yarn for a different one, you'll need to buy new yarn in the same weight, so DK for DK, and also enough balls to give you the same overall length of yarn. Meterage can vary by a few metres between brands, even on balls of the same weight, so keep an eye on this and do your sums if you need to use a different yarn. The care instructions are similar to what you would see on shop-bought clothing. This tells you the safe washing temperature. Other ball bands, especially with fine or natural fibres, may indicate a hand wash temperature or dry cleaning, as not all yarns are machine washable. This is the do not tumble dry symbol, and this indicates to only iron on a cool temperature setting. If you can, it's best to hand wash blankets and garments, and remember that if you are mixing different yarns, follow the care instructions for the most delicate one. The ball band also provides a tension guide, shown as a grid with a number of stitches and rows for a 10 cm, 4-inch square of stocking stitch. In this sample, there should be 22 stitches over 28 rows when using the recommended needle size. This is the manufacturer's guide to give a good density of stitches for the knitted fabric and a suitable drape if used for a garment. This is only a guide, and as the manufacturer doesn't know the pattern you're following, follow the tension on the pattern if given rather than the ball band. The knitting needle symbol tells you the recommended needle size for the yarn weight. This sample says 4 millimetres. In the UK, we now measure needles in millimetres, but if you have some vintage needles, these may be in imperial, and if you're following an American pattern, these have a different system. See below for the conversion table on our website, or use a needle gauge to check the size of your knitting needles. Be guided by your pattern, as the designer may be using a slightly different needle size for a certain stitch or pattern. The yarn colour may be stated as a shade number and or a name. It depends on the brand. Bear in mind that even with the same name, a red in one brand can be different in another. Close to the colour will be another number or code, which is for the dye lot. Yarn is dyed or manufactured in batches, and if you're making an item with a lot of one colour, or all in the same colour, make sure all of your yarn in this colour has the same dye lot number. The difference between batches may be only fractional, but your eye may still pick it out in a solid coloured jumper, for example. This is the fibre content of the yarn, usually given in percentage terms. Here we have 75% wool and 25% acrylic, but there are many combinations of plant, animal and man-made fibres, which give yarns their different properties in look and feel. Again, if you're substituting a different yarn, get as close as you can to the original specified one. A top in 100% cotton yarn will knit up very differently to 100% wool. You may find extra information on your ball band, but these are the key things to look out for, especially if you are swapping a yarn.